Howdy you all. Yeah, going live now, and yeah, quite a morning at the stink house, so yeah, bear with me. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who we get, and please smash the thumbs up. I always need more of those, so please do that, and that would be much appreciated. And who do we have with us today? Hopefully we've got a few people going to come in. So yeah, I'll just see who we're going to get coming in, and oh, I should get you all started on my phone just so that I can keep up with chat and all of that. And please don't forget to smash the thumbs up. I could certainly do with more of those. Always need more of those. So yeah, it was another stink house morning here today, and yeah, the smoke alarm went off twice very early, and yeah, that does get annoying. And I sort of wonder, do they decide to cook and think, oh yeah, the smoke alarm is a cooking timer? Don't know, but it's bloody annoying, to put it bluntly. Like most things at the stink house, pretty bloody annoying, but you know, it is what it is, so there's not a lot I can do about that. But anyways, it is what it is. So who do we have here with us? Hopefully we're getting a few people coming in, and going to come and say hello. Oh, hi there, Gail. Great to see you. Yeah, thanks so much for coming in. And yeah, I'm pretty tired today. Gets a bit like that here at this place. Yeah, it gets like that, and pretty hard to deal with. I'm sure you all know what I mean, but here we are. So yeah, what's everybody been up to? I think I need coffee too, and I haven't had a coffee yet. I'm thinking I'm needing it, so yeah, if I jump up to make a coffee, please do bear with me and accept my apologies. Stephanie, hi there, great to see you as well. Just make sure I don't miss anybody, and hopefully I've got everybody. Hopefully. But yeah, it's sort of raining off here a little bit, so I thought I might have gone outside for a walk around, but don't look like it's going to happen today, not with the rain, so sorry about that. So yeah, what's everybody been up to? And I know for most of you it's Sunday evening, so how's your weekend been? And current temperature, I don't know, I should have a look and see what it is, so bring that up for you all. Okay, 51 or 53 it's changed to. It says mostly cloudy, so I think it might be just some scattered showers. So anyways, just waiting to see what everybody's been up to. And yeah, I bet everybody's been up to things, far more interesting things than what I have. Because yeah, things ain't really that interesting here, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've finally got some videos edited. Finally got the video where I went out last Monday and filmed. I finally got that finished editing, so that's going to premiere tomorrow. I think about 2 hours earlier than the time that I started here, so hopefully we've got a few people coming along in the premiere. It'd be lovely to see a stack of people in the premiere. So yeah, I was going to be buying a new camera too, and off of eBay, and excuse me, frog in the throat. And yeah, the seller has cancelled the sale. I messaged him, had he sent it, because I bought it last Tuesday last week, and I was getting no alert that he'd sent it, and yeah, I'd messaged him, I think on Friday, where is it? You know, have you sent it? Because I'm not getting an alert that it's been sent through eBay, and yeah, the dude said, oh yeah, it won't switch on, and doesn't seem to be working. So oh wow, that sounds cool, Gail. What garlic that you harvested. So yeah, the dude said yeah, it's not switching on. Have to cancel the sale, so at least I'm going to get my money back. So yeah, so looking around on eBay some more for the update. Oh wow, you've been busy. Moved hubby's clothes and set up a new hydroponic system. Wow, you have been busy, yeah. So yeah, the dude said, yeah, cancel sale. So yeah, I'll be looking on eBay for cameras again. I'm wanting to update the camera that I have from. I use the Pocket 2. Oh, that sounds cool, Gail. A family reunion. So yeah, I want to update the Pocket. I've got the Pocket 2, the DJI Osmo Pocket 2, and I want to update to the 3. Better low light, because sometimes I'm out somewhere filming where the light's not the best, you know, in a museum or in the night market, or you know, an indoor pavilion display for something like at the zoo or something. And I'm really pushing it, even though I put my ISO sort of like as far as it'll go, like I think about 3000 or something. I'm really pushing it. So the 3 is basically the same as the 2, but far better low light capabilities and a few extra new features. So wanting that. So yeah, back on eBay looking and bidding and hoping. These frogs in my throat. But yeah, family gathering, Gail, or family reunion, that sounds fascinating. And yeah, I ain't got any family to do family reunions with, so it's not something I really got into, because it's not something I had. Which sucks, but you know, what's the old saying? Shit happens, only the depth varies or something, I don't know. I think I want coffee too, so yeah, I'll get up and make a coffee, so bear with me. And yeah, I did fill up my thermos flask earlier. I know you'll be interested to see this one, Gail. I need to get some more stickers. And I'll need somewhere else to put them. I do put them on my drink bottle too, I'll show you that. But I need some more to fill up my drink bottle too, of course. I need to get some new stickers made of the new design. I'm sure you'll love seeing that, Gail. But yeah, you know, I keep some ice and that with some cool water, and then, you know, when I'm sort of out and about, or doing whatever, or even just laying in the bed, I have it beside the bed, and I sort of just have some water when I want it. You know, for the Healthy Goals Wednesday thing, you're always saying more water, you and Heather, and so yeah, that is important. Yeah, just bear with me so I get a coffee. And of course, yeah, I don't use sugar, I'm using that. Or I should say, I've moved away from using this one. But yeah, more water. I've moved away from using that and using stevia. I'm sort of getting used to the taste of stevia now, so it's okay. But yeah, just bear with me as I get my coffee. But yeah, I just put I put stevia into that equal jar actually. It's just a nicer jar to put it in. If you all know what I mean. But yeah, you know, a new packet of stevia. So I'll have to put it in my jar a bit later. But yeah, I found this brand of stevia, it's much nicer. There's another brand that's quite popular, and that brand has a funny aftertaste. Now this one don't seem to have that one. Oh yeah, making a late dinner, awesome. But yeah, this one don't seem to have the funny aftertaste like the other brand, so that's a good thing. And I'd only had the other brand before with the funny aftertaste, so sort of why I didn't sort of really get into stevia, I guess. Plus it's more expensive too than equal. But equal is supposed to be quite bad for your gut bacteria, so I just have to put up with spending a bit more for stevia, I guess. Maybe that's something you and Heather could talk about next time you do Healthy Goals. Because, yeah, I'm always interested in what you all come up with. I'd like to try monk fruit, but it says that the monk fruit here seems to be something else with monk fruit. It's not real pure. And it's more expensive than stevia. I may have to get onto Amazon to get some decent monk fruit. No, don't want that one, no. I'm not going to buy it because it's so expensive. You know, if it wasn't so expensive, I'd buy one just to show you all and read out the label. But, you know, it says some other things. And it's names or words that are unpronounceable, and I know so often you all have said if a list of ingredients sort of have words that are unpronounceable, it's not so much necessarily a good thing, if you know what I mean, because generally they're like chemical names or something like that. Got to use this big cup again. I had a nice little cup, and I knocked it off the bench and it smashed, and I think, so now that was really, 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 really annoying, if you know what I mean. Really annoying. It was such a nice little cup, and it was just a perfect size too, and smash. And you could bet if it was a cup I didn't like, it would have just bounced, you know what I mean? You know, annoying. But yeah, this place, bloody annoying too. It was about 6 a.m, you know, fast asleep. Don't really like mornings anyways. Had the smoke alarm goes off. I peed myself, you know, and near hit the roof, you know. It really annoys me when they're cooking in the kitchen, you know, stink house cooking, you know, and they decide to use the smoke alarm as a cooking timer. Yeah, that's bloody annoying. And then it goes off again about an hour and a half later. I mean, I was awake then, and, you know, getting ready to shower and all of that, but it's bloody annoying. And so much around here it gets annoying. Sorry for being a bit slow on uploading too. The way the network is here, I generally, you know, for the cooking channel, the videos ain't that big, and I'm not doing them, I'm not remastering them at 4K, you know, so I can get one of those up, you know, about a 10-minute cooking video onto the cooking channel. I can get them up in about 20 or 30 minutes, so, you know, I just sort of generally put them up here. But on my main channel, I'm filming everything in 4K, 60 frames per second, and of course I edit them at that too. And to upload those, you know, you're looking like at about 16 or 20 gigabyte file. To try and upload it here, it'll take at least, you know, with the way the network is here in this stink house, and it's all the phone companies the same. You know, I had somebody tell me that she really has trouble with Telstra, and she's on Telstra, and it's just so slow and horrid. And I hear Optus is no better. It's so slow and horrid. I'm on Vodafone. You know, to try to upload, you know, a video that's like 16 or 20 gigabytes in file size, it's going to take 24 hours, and then oftentimes when it's sort of when they're going so slow, it'll actually sort of like time out with YouTube, and I'll get an error message, so it won't even upload. So I have to sort of go out and sit around at the wall to upload, faster video, or bigger video. So I think I'd probably got this video done Friday, that I'm going to premiere tomorrow, a walk around video, and editing done Friday, or finished Friday, and I just didn't feel up to going out. But I went out yesterday to the wall and got it uploaded. It would have been yesterday evening by the time it was finished uploading. It took about 30 minutes, to upload it when, getting to a better network, compared to taking 24 hours, you know what I mean? So finally went and got it uploaded, and then sort of just set, all the tags, and made the thumbnail and all of that sort of when I came back here. And I like to have it sort of sitting on the shelf at least 24 hours before I let them go live. So, it's going to be sitting there about a day and a half, I guess. So, yeah, plenty of time just to promote it and everything. That it'll be going live tomorrow, or premiering tomorrow. So, I think I've got a post in my community tab for that. There's a post on Facebook, there's a post on Instagram, post on my X, post on my Truth Social, so hopefully we get a few people coming in there. And yeah, I noticed and have worked out that there's no more pre-memberships either, which sucks. And they got this funny little band thing, the funny little crowd. I wondered what that was about when they sort of first put it up, that funny little crown thing, and I was wondering what's that about. And actually I think I prefer the pre-memberships over the funny little crown thing, actually. Don't know if the funny little crown thing really does add much value. I don't know. What's everybody think of, #1 fan or whatever? Which I do appreciate, #1 fan, but I sort of like to say that myself, instead of having YouTube tell me who's my #1 fan. I don't know. What's everybody's thoughts about that? And I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on that. And has anybody else noticed it or thought much of it when they're sort of running a premiere or a live stream? Yeah, I'm sort of thinking the same sort of thing, Gail. I don't really think it's that good for the people being rated, if you know what I mean. It is a bit tacky, yeah, rating people against each other. Maybe they could get rid of the ranking numbers and just say top fans or valued fans or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that is a good point, Gail. Rating people against each other is tacky, yeah. It's obviously a dude who set that up. I mean, dudes are into competing against each other. So it's obviously a dude that set that up, competition. You know, instead of collaboration, you know what I mean? But yeah, love to hear your thoughts on that, everybody's thoughts. And yeah, hopefully Nightbot is working. Oh, hi there, Carol. Great to see you. Do type drop and get Nightbot just to share you all out and see if it's working. I'd love to see that it's working, but it looks like the sun's out now. Sun's out, clouds are gone. But yeah, I don't think I'll go out there. My voice is a bit croaky and I've got a frog in my throat, so best if I don't go out there. And of course, sitting in here with the heater on low, so you know, just to make the room a little bit warmer and a little bit drier, if you know what I mean. Here it's generally a lot of cold humidity, if you know what I mean. What's this thing saying? Just bringing up the temperature. Rain likely overnight. Today it says shower, so I'm thinking things might sort of cloud up again. Well, humidity lower than yesterday, 73%. Wind, it's breezy, 18 mile per hour. Yeah, well, that's a good reason not to go out there, because I could be sure that if I go out there to do my live stream, that the wind is going to blow up into the microphone. Be sure of that, and I could go out with my earbuds. Oh no, I'm on my tablet. I don't have my earbuds paired up with my tablet. It doesn't seem to be pairing up for some reason, so I don't know what that is with that. This alert was just eBay saying a new item relisted. Oh yeah. What's everybody's temperatures been like? I've heard a lot of people saying that their areas have been just terribly hot and, you know, almost unbearable and so hard to put up with. And I know you're suffering. You know, the dry season, the hot season here was just unbearable. And there was actually like a month it didn't get below 80 degrees, and you know, even of the night, and that near killed me. I absolutely hate hot temperatures at the best of times, and if it gets much over 80 I don't like it, but when it's 80 and it's night time and you know, into the hundreds during the day, it's just, you know, vomit inducing. It's just too much. 87 with a 54% humidity. Yeah, that's a bit much to take. You know, once it gets much over 80, that's just too much. And I could imagine that the sun is quite hot too in Texas, you know, at those temperatures. And 70 here in Wisconsin. Awesome. Well, that sounds much better, Carol. Yeah, much nicer than 87. And yeah, I had a friend telling me she's right up the west coast, and she's got forecasted temperatures of hundreds, even up to 105 over the next week. And you know, she's absolutely vomiting about that. Slept through survival seeds. Yep. I always seem to miss that, but I think it's rather early for me, survival scenes. But yeah, I'm not in it anyway, so you know, if I miss the live streams, it's not really such a big issue because I'm not you know, participating. You know, can't grow anything here. Oh, we didn't win? Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a few, I think Jan might have been, she had a bale call from Survival Seeds, and yeah, I see they have some really nice prizes, so, you know, well worth anybody who's participating to catch the live streams there, because I see they have some really, really nice prizes. The 27th? Oh yeah, I'll have to keep it in mind. I might have to set my alarm, or, you know, have somebody with the cooking in the kitchen and set the smoke alarm, which is pretty much a usual around here. Stick house cooking. And for anybody who saw the song video that I made about the stick house, yeah, it's pretty true to life on what this place is like. And it's sort of, it is exhausting, really exhausting me and wearing me out, actually. You know, someone decides to fight and argue among themselves in the middle of the night, or, you know, the place absolutely reeks. Did they have somebody speaking? I don't know if that's directed to me or to Gail. Don't know. But, you know, it does get rather exhausting. Well, I see a couple of days ago my channel hit 25k subscribers, so a huge thank you to everybody. And it didn't happen with the meetup. I was going to have a 25k giveaway. I hope that I can get a 30k giveaway sort of put together sometime after I get 30k, obviously. Now that the meetup sort of been and done, you know, that was sort of annoying a lot of people. But yeah, I'll probably have to ask Lynda, since she's got a page. That's interesting, a pH meter, but have to deionise water. That's interesting. Would it work in distilled water? You know, you can get distilled water at times from, you know, things like drugstores and that, where you might sort of want it for, you know, things like rinsing off your lenses or something like that. You know, lenses that you put in your eye. I'm trying to think what they're called now, and I know what it is and I can't think of it. You know, one of those brain fog, aerial blur moments. Bear with me. So yeah, I'm thinking sometime after I get to 30k, and wait until YouTube pays me again too. It ain't going to be this month because it's on about $70, so hopefully next month I might get a YouTube payment, and we could do something about a giveaway. You know, and the way I think I'd probably do it, I I don't know, Carol. Yeah, that'd be a good one to ask somebody who knows. Is it the same? I don't know. But you know, thinking of like, I have one, but I've never used it. Yeah, that's interesting. I could really only sort of afford like $50. I'm talking about 50 US, not $50 Monopoly money like what's here. So you know, $50 US sort of translates to about $80 of the Monopoly money here. So you know, but you know, I'm thinking, yeah, $50, and if I split it into two prizes, you know, two $25 prizes, like it would be like an e-voucher on Amazon or a PayPal. My tomatoes because my pH is off. Yeah, interesting. I know that some of the gardening stores will have like a pH test kit or something. Prof Green, hi there. Great to meet you, and thank you for coming in here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, Susan, hi there, Susan. Yeah, I know Heather was interested in talking about donating an apron, so, you know, and of course the apron would be US only, but that's fine because, you know, most of my subscribers are in the States, so, or in Canada, so that's fine. But of course, you know, the gift vouchers on Amazon or PayPal would be wherever there's PayPal, wherever there's Amazon, so, you know, they can work anywhere worldwide. So, you know, that's a good thing there. But I think I'd sort of split it up, one for members only, channel members, and one for subscribers. But I need to get somebody's help to actually host it, because, and I think Lynda would be the one to ask, because StreamYard, you're not able to open another web page of when you're using StreamYard, and they're all the same. You know, Restream also the same. You're not able to open a separate web page to run like the comment picker or what have you on a tablet or on a phone. So, you know, that's sort of annoying. I do my live streams from my tablet, or sometimes my phone, just depends where I am, because the computer that I've got here, the laptop I've got here is old, and it will not run StreamYard. It's so old and slow, and really I need to sell it and get a new laptop sometime. But I sort of found, really, tablet sort of does everything I want for it when I want a bigger screen. So, and plus I can do things laying up in my bed, or just sitting on an easy seat or what have you, or take it to the library or take it to the wall. So much easier than a laptop. I just think tablets are nicer, much nicer device to work with. And of course, I'm not talking about you know, cheap tablets. I've got a decent tablet. that handles everything I throw at it. Of course, you know, we're talking about, I got a Samsung S8 Plus tablet. So, you know, you're talking about the same level as, you know, the iPad Pro. You know, the cheaper levels, like, I had like the, one of the Samsung, earlier on, I had one of the Samsung is it A9 or something, and, or A8 or something like that, and it just wouldn't handle what I'd thrown at it. You know, it would just freeze up, you know, if I tried to edit anything, and it wouldn't sort of, wouldn't save anything in 4K, and, you know, actually 1080p was its absolute limit to save a video at, and it was struggling at 1080p. It was far happier with 740 and less, which of course, you know, just ain't good enough for me. I want decent devices to do stuff with, and you know, just about everything I'd be doing would just freeze up or lag and be that slow. I did try an iPad mini, and that really struggled, and I didn't really like that so much of the apps I was wanting were different or not available on the App Store, and I didn't like that a lot of the apps that I sort of had on from Google Play were a little bit different, even though they were the same brand or, you know, the same developer, but they worked a bit different. Or I paid for apps, and then if I wanted to use the same app on iPad, iPhone, whatever, I'd be expected to pay again. Whereas, you know, if I'm using a Samsung phone, and I want the same app or use the same app on my tablet, it doesn't matter. I've paid once, so, you know, I can sort of use it without any problems. Get this going again just to see that I haven't missed anybody's comments. Because they don't always come up on the screen that I'm chatting on, so I'll just open you up on my phone, just so that I can keep up with the comments, because they don't always come up. It's looking like my video quality is pretty horrid. The network here is pretty terrible. Eating dinner, awesome. What did you cook up, Gail? I should bring that up and show you what the speed's like here. We'll see what it's like. I know it's pretty horrible. Okay, that's down. Oh, teriyaki chicken, that's nice, yeah, sounds great. That's down, and this is up, and it's looking like up is going to be very, very horrid today. That's why this thing's buffering. The up is just so slow. 0.67. That's dreadful. I mean, down is horrid at 16.5. 16.5 megabits down. It's pretty slow today. But yeah, not even 1 megabit up. That's terrible. Test again. Sure, it's not that bad. But yeah, I've got to move from here sometime. I need the money to do it. But yeah, get out of this place and get somewhere better. Oh, it looks like it's going to be just as horrible. I don't know, where should I go? Closer into the city or what? I don't know. Need to save some money. 0.98 up, so yes, that's marginally quicker. Oh dear. And I mean, you know, it's a joke. You know, the internet's an absolute joke here. But yeah, should I, you know, if I can get out of this stink house, should I go somewhere a bit closer into the city? You know, before things go right for me, fingers crossed, I'll get back to the States permanently. Because yeah, this stink house is really, you know, driving me batty. Maybe I should share the song here, or get Gail just to put the song up here on chat, and everybody could just check it out a bit later. I don't know. Homemade mac and cheese. Oh, I bet that was good too. But you know, so often I'm wanting to build things in the city, so you know, and I want to do the night market, but then that means that I have to get an Uber because from the train station, the nearest train station, because the buses don't run much after 9 p.m. Chicken doesn't like me. Yeah, that's fair enough. I know that some people do have some reactions from chicken. I don't know. I'm sort of so about chicken. Because a lot of the chicken you find here, you know, it's all just horse farmed and tasteless, if you know what I mean. So different to, you know, open range or free range or whatever you call a chicken. You know, where chickens can sort of get out and eat some grass and worms and whatever. Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Carol. Yeah, that would make things really, really difficult, yeah. Yeah, you could say a chicken don't like you. Yeah, in that case. You know, you hear of a few people with the alpha-gal thingy that, you know, they've been bitten by a tick and they've got the Lyme disease, and you know, they're not able to eat like beef or venison or most red meats. And I think, oh, that would be sort of like death for me, because you know, to be not able to eat some of your favourite things because you know, you end up getting sick or end up getting a rash or an allergic reaction. I think that's all, you know, horrid, and it's such a poor trick to play on people. You know what I mean? To do that to somebody, I think that's terrible. So, you know, and I see and know of a couple of people with channels who are battling that sort of thing, and I think, wow, you know, it's amazing how well they get through what's such a difficult thing, and how they bear it. And I'm sure a lot of times, you know, you see them, they're fairly cheerful, but a lot of times I bet they're not real cheerful about it all. But you know, they mightn't sort of say that much or show that side much. But I sort of wonder about, you know, these days you hear so many more of that sort of thing, and allergies and things. I know when I was a little girl, you never heard of peanut allergies, for example. Whereas you hear peanut allergies all the time now, and even, you know, you go to a lot of stores and places and there'll be a notice on the door about, you know, somebody working in this store has a severe latex allergy, peanut allergy, and if you've just eaten or handled peanuts, please don't come in. Please don't enter the store. And I think, oh, that's terrible for those people who have to put up with that. And I'm talking about the peanut and latex allergy, because one of the camera stores that I go to and will buy some things from has a big notice on the door about that, that one of their staff members is severely allergic. I don't really eat peanuts, but I do occasionally have peanut butter. So if I've got to go to the camera store, I'll make sure that I haven't had peanut butter or handled it or anything before going. Because yeah, I'd hate for that person to get like a life-threatening or even any reaction from peanuts, because I've had you know, a PB and jelly sandwich or something. I'd hate that to happen. So, you know, I'm always aware of that when I sort of see that. But I sort of wonder about, you hear about those things more and more, and is it something that's got worse, or is it something that's always been but was never spoken about? That could be a good subject, Gail, for you and Heather. All the allergies, like peanut allergy and that sort of thing, and how there's sort of been so much more of them. And, you know, the is it, you know, some of these seed oils the problem too? And I've sort of gone away from buying seed oils. If I'm wanting vegetable oil of some type, I'm getting like extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Unfortunately, you can't seem to buy lard here. Otherwise, I'd buy lard and have lard, you know, when I want to fry something up in a pan. And it is supposed to be quite good for your if it was deep fried, but I don't have a deep fryer, but I can do it in a pan. So that sort of thing. It's supposed to be quite good for that, but I got some of this that I'm going to try, because I know it's absolutely wonderful if you're making some stir fries or fried rice. So I got some of that to use. It's not cheap though. This one on special was on special. It was $5, and the normal price $6, just for just for that little thing. And I know that you could buy a whole gallon of canola oil or sunflower oil or something like that for the same price, you know, or half a gallon you could buy for $6. But you know, when I'm cooking bacon, you know, making a BLT or something, I will save all the bacon fat and put that in the fridge to fry with as well. I know somebody was joking on Facebook, bacon fat, it's an essential oil, and yeah, that sort of made me giggle. But yeah, that one to, you know, to make some fried rice or a stir fry or something with. You know, I will occasionally do it if I've got avocado oil, but avocado oil is so expensive here. And olive oil for a stir fry or, you know, fried rice or something just doesn't match well. And you know, I think in fried rice or, you know, an Asian style stir fry, it sort of gives a bit of an off flavour. It just don't match. I mean, for a while I was using peanut oil, but apparently the big trouble with peanut oil is the same sort of trouble, or one of the big problems with your canola oil and sunflower oil is it's not necessarily the oils themselves, although the oils themselves ain't really that good for you when it's coming out, but it's the solvents that they use to extract the oil. It's a bit of a problem. And so that's why they sort of, that's why, you know, these days by some more switched on health professionals, we're not talking about those with the Heart Foundation and what have you. You know, that's all just a big paid for grift, I think. But a lot of the more switched on holistic health professionals are saying avoid all seed oils. If you're wanting to use non-animal based, go with your avocado oil, your good quality olive oil, or coconut oil. So that's quite interesting. I think you've spoken of this before, Gail. You and Heather on one of your Healthy Goals Wednesdays, I believe. I think. What else did everybody get up to over the weekend? I haven't eaten yet today. I might be a bit naughty. I've got a couple of hot cross buns left, so I might just cook them up. Chocolate chip hot cross buns. So I might cook them up and have, you know, have a couple of them for lunch. Time here now, 11:30. I did eat last night. I did have my supper. I think it might have been about between 7 and 8 p.m. So by the time I have lunch, I mean, it'll be after midday when I have lunch. It's going to be a good 16 hours from when I last ate. And I probably I'll probably do like intermittent fasting like this, probably like about more times often than not during the week. You know, probably 4 times a week. You know, not eat for like 16, 18 hours, sometimes even 20 hours. Probably more often than not. You know, at least 16 hours between eating at times. And generally I'll have just 1 or 2 meals per day. You know, counting snacks. You know, I might have 1 meal and a snack, or 2 meals, no snacks, something like that. And I mean, some days it'll be 1 meal, no snacks. Crazy, I know. But, you know, it's supposed to be good for your health to do that, so it's worth trying. But of course, you know, what's around the middle, just don't lose no matter what I do, and it really drives me crazy. And I do walk sort of 5,000 steps or more every day as well. You know, just trying to improve my health a little bit if I can. And, you know, of course, if this pooch would go, that would be much better. But it just won't bloody go. Everybody's probably laughing at that. Yeah, tell me about that. Yeah, what's everybody got planned for the week ahead? I'm always interested to hear what everybody's got planned. I might have to get out and film sometime this week too. I did hear that there's a nice art gallery not far away from here, so I might have to go and check that out and see what that's like. And if they mind me filming inside it too. I would be interested to hear what everybody's got planned. And of course, what's everybody got planned with their YouTube channel? I mean, if you're in blue and you've got something you wish to share, like you've got a video or a premiere or something, do feel free just to put it in chat. You know, the link to that. Also, if anybody's got anything you want me to share out on my Facebook or community tab or anything like that, just let me know and I'm happy to share things. And I know sometimes I'm a bit poor on sharing things out on community tab because I sort of forget to do it. So, you know, like Gail and a few have got my phone number. You can message me with a link or something and ask me to share something out. And those of you on my Facebook or Instagram with Messenger, you know, that follow me on those platforms, you can actually message me through those as well and ask me to share something out, and I'll happily share those out on my Facebook or Instagram or Threads or community tab, whatever, Truth Social, you know, just ask me and I'm happy to share all, you know, happy to share anything out somebody wants me to share out. You know, they've got a premiere coming up or a live stream coming up, or they've got a video they want shared out, I'm happy to share those out. So, you know, just do please let me know, and I'll get, you know, get those things shared out. Who here, another question, who here has had well-known companies reach out to them to for a promotion or collab or something like that? I just had one reach out to me late last week, so I'd be interested to hear back from them on what they're proposing. But it's actually the same company as I've seen quite a lot of well-known YouTubers working with, if you know what I mean. You know, making an ad sort of in the middle of their video. Quite a lot of well-known famous YouTubers have worked with these people, and you know, I'll see them quite often mentioned in a video. So yeah, what's everybody's thoughts on that? You know, are we talking about you know, we're talking about a company that's seen on large channels. Actually, I know I've seen it on a couple of larger channels of this same company, a couple of larger channels of like 1 million subscribers. And it does seem like they only sort of work with people 25k subscribers and up. You know, I have seen them on a couple of, you know, of around 25k, and also of a couple of like around 50k, that sort of thing, subscribers. So that's interesting. So yeah, what's everybody's thoughts on that? Love to hear everybody's thoughts. And I will remind everybody also, type drop, D-R-O-P, and get Nightbot just to share you all out. I hope Nightbot is working, you know what I mean? Hoping. Fingers crossed. Just see what everybody's got to say on that. I know things are going to be quiet here at the moment again. I know everybody's sort of busy cooking supper or having supper or that sort of thing. And being a Sunday night, so, you know, people are dropping in and out, which is all fine. So yeah, would love to hear what's your thoughts on that question. And I'd love to hear what everybody's doing this week too. I don't have much of a life here at the moment, so I sort of live vicariously through watching you all and hearing what you all are up to. You know, being stuck here in the stink house, I don't sort of have much of a life, so living vicariously through so many of you. You know, like even Gail with her garden, or with all her projects and garden, or Heather with all her projects. I don't know if anybody saw Heather's video the other day, where she showed us a lot about how she's making her aprons. I thought, yeah, that's a really good video, Heather, and absolutely fascinating. And I sort of took a fair bit away from that myself. And if I could, you know, if I could be living somewhere where I was happy and living in the right country and in a decent house, I would have a sewing room. Don't know if I'd ever make aprons, but I'd love to make American style patchwork quilts. That's what I'd love to do. But like what Heather showed with you know, how she made the braid and that for her aprons, I thought, yeah, I could actually use that idea for something. And I thought, yeah, that's brilliant. Because, yeah, we all know how to make a braid, but how she showed to do it with fabric was really fascinating. Had really great information, you know, like how she joined two bits of fabric together to make it longer, because of course, you know, fabric's generally not long enough. And yeah, that was really great information there, Heather. And of course, Gail had a great outing for her Broken Hearts Ministry again, and gotta check if I commented on those videos. I mean, if I see something, I'll you know, if it pops up on my alerts, I will put it in my watch later list and catch it on my watch later list. But I can sometimes get a bit behind, if you know what I mean. Or alerts get very buried now. You know, 29k subscribers, and the amount of alerts I get, they just get buried. So if I miss anybody, just keep on me. And if I see you on my lives, or if I see you in my comments, well, then I will make sure that I catch up with you all. And yeah, I've got to make sure I catch up with you, Carol, too, on some videos. Definitely got to do that. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube of an evening, or if I'm sort of not going out for the day, I'll be watching YouTube. And of course, everything that I want to watch, I'll be watching my watch later list. I'll run my watch later list, because if I see an alert or I see a recommended video or what have you that I want to watch, I will straight away save it to my watch later list, just so that I do get it. I do need to also on my and I do have somebody running on my cooking channel at the moment. I need to run a lot more on my cooking channel, Arielle-Viking Cooks. That I can sort of have, like, if anybody needs some hours or what have you, or views, you know, have you all running on the computer in the corner here, with the watch later list. Not watch later list, somebody's playlist, you know what I mean. And of course, you know, if I just sort of comment from there that I'm running somebody's playlist, well, at least they can work out that it's me, because I've called the channel Arielle-Viking Cooks. And you know, that channel, basically what I'm doing with that one is, I'll show you, let's see, we'll bring that up. 29.1, so, oh wow, 29,100 already. Let's see. Actually, I don't want that. I want YouTube Studio. Let's see. Content. So yeah, just showing you all what I'm doing for the cooking channel. So videos view all. So yeah, I've got premiere coming up. That will be tomorrow, Monday afternoon, evening for you all. Visibility, private. You know, I've got quite a list of here that I've made private. So many of my old cooking videos. I've got like about 100 or something here. Cooking videos, or maybe 150, but you know, there's quite a list of them. So what I'm doing is how about Big Jab? Oh, I forgot that I got that one. I'll have to put that onto the cooking channel too. I'll have to get that one pretty soon because you know, I think it's a good one for you all. Cream of lamb and mushroom hot pot. Well, actually, I'll delete that one off the channel now because I've got it on the cooking. I've got it on the cooking video, or the cooking channel. So I will delete that one. But basically, all of these, I'm re-editing, remastering them, and setting them to music, but running like subtitles, because on a lot of them the sound is pretty off and not really very good sound. And of course, you know, what's a 40-minute video on there is actually often turning out, once I re-edit and remaster things, to be about 10 minutes long. You know, once I cut out all the, you know, fluff and that, because these are among my first ever videos on YouTube. So you know, the first 50 videos that everybody says the first 50 videos you make will absolutely stink. You know, because you just edit and you don't really know what you're doing. You don't know when to cut and don't know what to keep and what to take out. And, you know, often videos will sort of just drag on too much. And, you know, once, you know, knowing what I know now, I want to skip them along a bit more. And, you know, these days now I edit on, or, you know, when I'm editing, I cut on movement or activity. That's the biggest thing I found. If you can cut on movement or activity, it makes a big difference. You know, instead of just having a static shot of something, or, you know, like if you're slicing onions, you know, I'll either cut that out completely, or if I want to show it for some reason, you know, just because it's good B-roll or whatever, I might speed it up, or I might do like a speed curve, you know, speeds up, slows down, but I'll cut on movement, you know, while it's still, and it'll cut on that into the next scene, you know, just cutting the scenes on movement and that sort of thing. And, you know, so there's a lot of those videos are getting reworked and remastered, and of course I'm not going to put them on my main channel because you know, the algorithm has sort of moved on from me cooking on the main channel. You know, it's been like about 2 years since I put a cooking video up on my main channel, so I'm more concentrated on, you know, day trips and travel related and curiosities and that sort of thing. So of course, you know, putting cooking content on my main channel would just sort of, you know, wreck the algorithm, if you know what I mean. So, of course, I'd had Heather and a few other people asking me, and why did you see those cooking videos and where my channel came from? So, I sort of thought, it'd probably be about a month ago, I started the cooking channel. So, you know, just get through those old videos and re-edit, remaster, you know, make them skip along a bit more, cut out the dreadful sound, put some music over from, you know, YouTube's audio library, because, you know, I'll cut out the sound that was on them and re-upload them to the cooking channel. And quite a lot of those videos also, you know, when I started my channel, and not knowing what I know now about copyright material, I'd often have some music playing in the background while I cooked. And if I wasn't filming, or not filming, that's something I would do when I'm cooking, you know, have some music play in the background. And of course, a lot of those songs were getting pinged or hit on for being, and I mean, it wasn't an issue before my channel was monetized, but of course, now that my channel's monetized, you know, they're an issue. So, having to blank out all the sound because there's some copyright music in the track that it's picked up, and you know, the YouTube's very sensitive on picking up copyright tunes, and I mean, you know, that's just what it is. So, you know, there's a lot that I've sort of unlisted, made private because of that reason too. You know, you get a, you know, the dollar sign with the cross through cannot be monetized, you know, copyright. And of course, if I had them public, you know, the song owner, the copyright song owner, would be collecting ad revenue on those as well. Which, you know, that is what it is, and they all want their pound of flesh also. And of course, you know, if revenue was shared between the song owner and the video creator, it might be so bad, you know, like how shorts were. But I just sort of put them all on private, all those old videos, and then as I get time, I just sort of re-edit and put them up on the cooking channel. So do stay tuned on that one. They will be coming up sometime. Anybody who could share out the cooking channel here, I would appreciate that. Been going an hour and 25, so I'm going to cut it off in about 5 minutes. An hour and a half is quite enough for me to yibber yabber along here. And of course, you know, I'm having a frog in my throat today and all of that. It's quite enough. An hour and a half, so anybody here and want to add something before I call it for the day, now is your chance, and would love to hear what you've got to say. And of course, do stick around. Tomorrow for the premiere. I will find out the time, and I'll tell you when the premiere is. It does say in the list, it does say in the post, but I might have got it wrong too. So yeah, I'll just bring it up here. So yeah, we're just on midday here. So yeah, we'll be looking New York time. So yeah, Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Summer Standard Time. We'll be looking for you all 10 p.m. now, so 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time premiere tomorrow for my tour video. So I would love to see everybody. I'll just check the time, make sure I have it correct. Anybody, if you haven't already done so, please do smash the thumbs up. I always want more of those. A huge thank you to everybody who's come in here today. I really, really appreciate you all. And a huge, huge thank you to everybody who runs this live stream later. I do appreciate you more than what you know. Anybody who runs my live streams later, I appreciate you more than what you know. And really appreciate you all. If anybody wants to quick say something before I end this, please do so, or forever hold your peace. I am bullshitting, aren't I? But yeah, I am going to call it now in about a minute, so I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful and safe and prosperous new week ahead, and hopefully everything goes right for you all, because you know, recently there's been so many horrible things, you know, like those floods in Texas, for example, where all those kids were swept away at the camp, and you know, I think that's just dreadful, and you know, my heart goes out to everybody who's been affected by that, and of course everybody who's having to put up with terrible hot weather and you know, tornadoes and things like that, and wildfires and all that. Oh, you know, that's dreadful. And my thoughts and prayers are with you all. Anyways, we are going to call it, so take care, be blessed, and until next time, bye bye.